Here we go again, Devlog number 3. In this episode we are going to talk about the car model, materials, bloom, and a little surprise, so stay until the end of the video. I had enough of this wireframe box and it was time to start working on the new car model. The more I look at my old portfolio car, the worse it gets. When I created this model, I was just starting using Blender and I've learned so much since then. Let's see what I can do now. I wanted to stick to the initial design, but I also wanted to try different styles just in case. Let's do some blocking. I first tried a buggy design. It's not bad and it also reminds me of the Batmobile in Christopher Nolan Batman movies and looks okay. I then tried the Explorer design. It looks like the kind of vehicle you see go through blizzard in Antarctic or whatever. Not bad either. And finally, I tried the Jeep design from the old portfolio, but with a modern approach. Looks like I'm going to stick to the Jeep. But it was worth trying other designs. Maybe I will implement them as a bonus vehicle at some point, I don't know. When I create a model, I force myself not to have everything perfect from the start, so that I can iterate fast. It's important for the creative process. Then I improve the model, add some details, improve the model, add details again and again until I'm happy. Finally, I optimize it, do some retopology, and there we go. About 3,000 triangles, not bad. I know it's missing some wheels, but it's because I only need to load one and I will clone it in three.js. And that's how it looks once implemented in the experience. Wait a minute. Okay, that's better. For the materials, I got rid of the matte caps in order to have more control over the colors and shading. I created a directional light to cast shadow on the scenery, and instead of using the default three.js materials, I used a custom solution for 3 main reasons. First, to create a more diffuse look on the color shading. To do that, I remap the dot product of the normal with the light direction so that it gets illuminated from behind a little. Secondly, to make it look like the light is bouncing on the floor. For that, I use the dot product on the normals again, like for the light, but this time according to a vector going down, and I also multiplied the result by the distance to the floor. Thirdly, to make the shadow looks bluish. Thanks to TSL, we can access the shadow value like any variable, and I use it to mix between the current color and a bluish version of that color. I spent some time tweaking the materials, the grass and the bushes, and there is still some optimization to do, both for performance and aesthetic, but I like how it looks right now. I can easily change the general mood, which is going to be useful for the day-night cycles. One effect I absolutely love in games, especially low-poly games, is the bloom. It makes the experience feel less flat and a lot more immersive. Fortunately, the TSL and WebGPU implementation in three.js already supports it with Effect Composer and the bloom path. I have no idea how it works internally and I will have to dig the code a little, but for now it works. For the settings, I kept the threshold to 0, meaning that everything starts glowing. I then set the strength to a much lower value, here 0.01, so that only very emissive material starts to glow. At this stage, only the car lights are glowing. I like to create the emissive materials directly in three.js and add them to the debug panel in order to find the perfect tweak. I can now control the lights according to what the player is doing, brake lights when we slow down, and blinkers when we turn. Don't worry, we're going to add more emissive objects in a minute. Now for the surprise. There's this thing called Black Friday, where stores apply crazy discounts for reasons, I guess. Anyway, every year I apply a huge 50% discount on three.js Journey, and this year makes no exception. By the way, three.js Journey is the course I've made to learn three.js. 93 hours of video, text versions, subtitles, access to members-only Discord server, quizzes, certificates, and tons of other features. And for the event, I turned my portfolio prototype into a small game, and you can test it right now. I created some loops and jumps, added bricks because we all love to destroy walls, and implemented some gameplay features. The goal is simple. Fragments of the code have been scattered through this lens, and you need to find them to unravel the 50% discount. And to help you with finding those fragments, there is this little radar thingy on your vehicle, which is absolutely not related to any Hideo Kojima game. I have no idea what you're talking about. Have fun with the game, and remember that it's just a prototype I put together in a weekend. If you have bugs or suggestions, I would love to hear from you. And if you don't have time for the game and just want the discount code, I put it in the description. After Black Friday, I will remove both the discount and the prototype, so don't lose time. And that's the end. I will keep on adding features, do some performance optimization, and tweak a few things. Don't forget to follow me on X or Blue Sky for granular updates. But right now, let's do some furniture assembly with the dogs. See you in the next devlog.